What's up, guys? Welcome. I'm Rip here with MYK. Of course, EVO 2021 Online just wrapped up. And if you guys aren't familiar, EVO, one of the biggest tournament series around the world. You've seen it for the past few years. They started expanding into EVO Japan as well. But this year, things were a little bit different. I mean, you can look at the prize pools from years past. There were these enormous prize pools, right? Enormous viewership and everything.
Absolutely.
But those were all offline events, right? So there's a lot of people coming in, putting their prize pool for entry into tournaments. But in an online environment, things are quite different. So this year, very, very different for EVO. But at the same time, you still had players trying to qualify to get to Japan, or not to Japan, to Vegas, I should say. And, in that process, there's still a lot on the line here.
Yeah, it's still super exciting to see all the top placers in these online qualifiers make it into the finals in Vegas later on this year in November to duke it out for the final EVO tournament offline. So super exciting stuff. But yeah, we picked out a match for you guys to go over today. We're going to be doing some analysis with you guys over a grand final set that just happened over this weekend from the Latin America region, and I am so excited. And I had the honor of doing commentary with this with my co-commentator Ricksta. But yeah, we're going to be jumping into that soon. So before we do that, if you guys like the content you're seeing here right now, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe, and let's get into it.
All right, let's see it. AbelDelMaestro versus Sergie Mazter. Abel, obviously known for his Eddie. Sergie, I'm new to Sergie, right? So it's my first time getting to see this Kazuya in action.
Yeah, I mean, I was super excited about this Kazuya because I got to see him when I got to go to Peru in Collision 2019. And I was like, man, I said it on commentary too, but I love the Mishima representation in the Latin America region. And they still play them heavily. And look at that. Beautiful backdash with punish. That's the thing we're going to see in this set all throughout, right? Eddie Gordo, not too great at the sidestep department, so he's going to be relying on his great backdash to create a lot of whiffs, and going into stuff like that, relax, drop into the floor, to make Kazuya's most effective move, Electric Wind Godfist, just kind of go over him.
Exactly, and you can see Sergie, just the way he's moving in and out, right? Like, he is very, very fluent, I'll say, with the wave dash, right? This man has definitely put in like a bajillion hours on his wave dashing, right? So
and he
he's
knows
got the
when to go for the fast one, when to go for the feints. Like that's the key, and when to hit the brakes on him too. Yeah,
a little
right
bit of
there.
A wrong punish, but yeah, definitely. As you mentioned there, knows when to hit the brakes. But against a player like Abel, who is like an Eddie master, his whole game plan is kind of catching you off your timing. Like that, perfectly relaxed there. Underneath, he's like, "Are you can do something that I can go under? Perfect. Thank you very much."
Right there is the perfect example. We're going to see that time and time again in this match. Eddie Gordo has a couple transitions to end up in relax straight off of his neutral game. Like the main tool that we're going to see Abel using in this matchup right now is the 4-4-3. Just like that, prime example. And then he cancels the relax to go into the while standing 1-3 to whiff punish the electric there.
Does Eddie not have a better punish for the tsunami kicks?
He could definitely launch it with down 4-3+4. It got sped up to 15 in this game.
Yeah,
but, he probably just, got a little scared there and still got the round, though. Up forward 4, turning into a true homing attack in this version has been such a nice change for Eddie. It was already kind of like a pseudo homing because how active it is.
What a combo! What in the world? Bro, I was going to say, does that work? Like, what? Oh man, what's the name that was like Mishima Fury or something? Or was that Kazama Fury for Jin?
Yeah, Kasama style combo for Jin. I know what you mean. But yeah, pretty strong showing there from Abel in the first game, right? Just a lot of nothing too tricky, just a lot of back and forth, getting the whiff punishment on the down 4-3+4, and just staying loose, making sure that he's really slippery to hit, can't land those Electric Wind Godfists, because he's going into relax after a lot of neutral options. Yeah,
and you can see the way that Sergie is approaching that matchup. Like, he wasn't really pushing the tempo, at least, with his wave dash mix-up. Like, he was trying to find Abel's time of when to use it, but you didn't really see a lot of electrics in that set. At least nothing that was really landing. So, rough first game there for him.
Right, okay. Switch over to the next one.
There was a lot of small talk in these online tournaments, huh?
Especially this region, man. They do like 30 minutes late. Okay. Wheels in here. All right. So we're getting into game number 2.
Sergie Mishima Dojo. He's one of those, huh?
With the stage leg. And look at these guys, man. One thing I gotta point out, they switched outfits every time. So they like stay dressed for the occasion, right?
I knew you'd switch it.
Right here. They're both just testing each other's timing. I really loved that up 1+2 option there. 1-1 into like a low check or anything. Just kind of blew that up there.
Yeah, and Eddie with the wall pressure just so annoying now, I feel like.
Yeah. A lot of great homing attacks at wall splat. And look at that again. A really small whiff. Didn't go unpunished by Abel there.
Yeah, and you know, in those instances, like Sergie, he's just missing by a little bit, right? He just needs to pick up the piece just by a little bit. He's just slightly off.
Yep, and right there, he gets the float punish on the forward 4, but that's a really tricky move to try to punish. You know, sometimes it could be a bait. He could do the spring kick after the forward 4. That makes a lot of the float options whiff. Or you could do into the dip, into the twister launcher, and then that one also makes a lot of stuff whiff. Again, you know, he's a surgeon right now with those down 3+4 whiff punishes.
Yeah, it's always off like a backdash here, right? He's like, he backdashed and he's looking. He's like, are you going to whiff for me? Give me anything off this backdash.
He keeps tracks of his own backdash. Did I do 1? Did I do 2? Am I out of range for this? Did he show me a button? That's all he's looking for, but it's such smart, clean, fundamental play. Again, gets the long windy to float the forward 4.
Interesting.
It was easier to get the float off of that one because it completely whiffed instead of getting it blocked.
Yeah, and Sergie, you know, he's been sticking with Kazuya here, but he's been really losing badly these rounds, I feel like. This round is kind of, I feel like, a turning point, right? Getting that perfect, super important when you're down 1-0 to grand finals and the opponent's up 2 rounds straight.
Yeah, and right there we saw, again, the 4-4-3 into the relax, but instead of Sergie going for anything difficult, wow, nice windy punish, too. He went for the hell sweep to just hit him out of the relax stance. So now we're already seeing checks for the strategy from the 4-4-3 relax.
Yeah, because that could be a power crush, right? So you want to go low to beat it. That option, perhaps.
Yeah, if he ends up in handstand.
Oh, boy.
Oh. Plus frames off the raise drive. Takes the double mid option.
Oh, doesn't even deal with the mix, right? He's like, if I just hit you with this low, if it even trades, like, it'll be okay for me.
I love that check there because down 4 is launch punishable. Wow.
Oh, bro.
Wow. Yeah, so like down 4 is launch punishable. So he tried just the first hit of Twin Pistons. And he got robbed there. I remember that. He got robbed. We saw that happen more than once in this tournament.
That's terrible. Oh my gosh. And he's down 2-0 just like. Can we rewind to see that robbery one more time?
Yeah, let's take a look at it. So I don't know if this was the 200 IQ play or if this was a missed input on that move right there. Because it's very similar input because that's down 3 squiggly 4. So you do 3 slide 4 really fast and then slippery kicks is the same input without the down. So if he just accidentally just hit the 3-4 without the down input, might have been the reason, or it could have been a 200 IQ play. They did it on purpose because he knew that Kazuya players like to whiff punish that stagger low with while standing 2, and it could whiff. I don't know. I don't know.
But we'll take a look at it. Right there. Look at the punish just whiff right there. Oh, man, it sucked. That's a solid mid from Kazuya there and just right over his head.
You know, that happened earlier too in the other region, Latin America Central, right? The Kazuya player blocked Energy Marduk's face down, feet away, down 2. You know, the one that goes into the tackle after his raise drive. He went for the while standing 2 right overhead, and then Marduk was still getting up, and his head was right underneath the hook. It was so funny visually looking at it. I mean,
for Law, you know, Law can barely punch with the while standing 2. It misses like 8 out of 10 times.
That's so strange because that's an uppercut that scoops up off the...
It's just the range of it and everything, and the way he stands up, the range misses, right? In this situation we just saw, though, you can clearly see it's a guard stun low, and he's lying on the floor and somehow doesn't have a hurt box high enough for that down 4-2 from Kazuya, or while stand 2 from Kazuya, right? Yeah. It just... those moments in Tekken as a player are brutal. Brutal.
Yeah, you got to really just shake it off, get your head in the game for the next round, next game, because a lot of times I see a lot of players kind of break in those moments. You know, they just get too caught up and flustered about it, and they're just like, oh man, this game sucks, and why did that happen to me?
Right?
Hitbox, hurt, blah, 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 blah. It's just like, dude, you're in a tournament.
Yeah,
what are you doing?
Focus.
You're
like,
in a tournament.
Honestly, in that kind of a situation we just saw, I feel like if you go to practice mode, you can recreate that situation, right? So it's not something that's not reproducible.
It's not random in that sense, right? Especially in that sense.
It's gonna happen again, so you have to have a better option for it and be ready for that to happen to you because it's going to happen. You know, like I was just mentioning about the Marduk situation law, like I figured out other things I can do instead that are better options instead of going for Wild Standing 2 in that situation. You just have to learn those situations in the game.
Right. You gotta just, you know, if you ever have a question in the game, just, it's not like you have to spend hours in training mode. If you just have one question, does this hit for that punish? Just test that one thing. That's it. Just learn a little bit a day. That's it. But all right.
Yeah, and this one right now, Abel's he's up, right? 2-0. One more game and tournament's over.
Yeah.
Nice. Short analysis video. Dragon's Nest stage.
You know, and he was looking so strong, right? It's really just been the game of just staying really slippery so that Kazuya can't get his optimal whiff punishes with the windies, with the electrics. He's really forcing him to go to the unusual, unconventional Kazuya moves because he can't use a high to whiff punish Eddie in those instances. But in Abel's instance, every time he gets a backdash and then you stick out a button, he has that down 4 3+4 ready. But right there, that's a pattern. Down 4 electric, that was like a test. And it worked out. He got bit. Ooh. High-low strategy up forward 4 right there.
And that's the fakie with the hell sweep, right? I hate that move. That move gets me all day.
It's so good. It's only -11 too, and a lot of characters can't hurt it that bad, especially Eddie in this matchup.
Yeah, and you know, finding those electrics, I feel like as a Mishima player is so important. Like learning your opponent's times to land those electrics, and I'm just waiting for another one because I feel like Sergie's finding his timing. And that was something he hadn't gone to as well, right?
Yeah, the 4-4-3, big chunky mid. And you know, sidestep is something that you have to worry less about against the Eddie matchup. So you can kind of go for those 4-4-3s if you have the timing call out.
That was such a risky running 3 while Eddie was in relaxed.
Scary, right? Yeah. And I love that Sergie is not scared to do hell sweeps. You know, he keeps it fresh in your mind.
Yeah, and you know, that's the thing though, right? He's down 2-0 in this grand finals. He's like, I haven't been using hell sweeps. It's time to just go in, right? Like, this, it's time. If I don't do it now, tournament might be over.
That's true. Do or die.
And I like that choice here with down 4-2 from Abel, right? Because he just got electric in the first round. You know, the hell sweep's been coming out. So the down 4-2 is like, it's not a very safe choice to go with.
You know, the choice here that I'm seeing from Sergie from rewatching this round, he tried a couple patterns that worked out in round 1. Now the 4-4-3s are landing because of it. The 4-4-3 has been the move choice, but the crisp, that was so crisp. Can we look at that one more time?
Wavu into the grab.
Can we just appreciate this man's crispy wavu?
Woo. Where is it?
And it's not even just wavu, right? Look at this whole round right here. He does wavu feint into stature kick. Look at this. Wavu in and out, Wavu feint, stature kick, backdash, Wavu electric, Wavu hell sweep, Wavu, oh my
Command
god.
grab.
That was so sexy.
And that's the thing, like, if you look at the first 2 games compared to that one, you could tell, like, he's like, okay, I'm playing too cautiously. It's time to play my game. You know, I'm not going to let Abel control the pace of this matchup. It's my turn now. And I feel like this is where Sergie really excels, right? Because, like, as I was talking about at the very beginning, this man has probably put a bajillion hours into the wave dash, right? So when he has control over the speed of the game because of his movement, I feel like that's when it's going to be most difficult on his opponents.
And that's honestly the true testament of a Mishima player, controlling the pace with your movement and your electrics, getting them scared of throwing out buttons and stuff. That is a high level Mishima for sure. And that's what makes me so excited to see these players go up against everybody else from all the other regions around the world. Because like we said, the top 8 placers from around the world are playing in Vegas finals at the end of the year. I can't wait to see.
It's going to be good for sure. Want to skip ahead to the next one? Let's go. So now score is 2-1. You know, I feel like Sergie got real loose with his movement after that second game. So now we get Infinite Stage from Abel. Interesting choice. It seems to be a stage of choice for Eddie players.
Yeah, the hell sweeps and the 4-4-3s definitely coming into play. Gets the float punish again off the 4-4-4. The back two being able to pick up out of handstand and get the float conversion, especially with the new screw attack with the back 2-1. That back 2-1 helped out Kazuya so much.
It's so good. What's that new Eddie move too? Is it back
2-3? That's a really nice mid-mid. It's like a safe mid-mid check.
Mm-hmm. It's just so good, especially with the wall. And you know, right there again, the 4-4-3 from Sergie working out. You can tell those hell sweeps that came out early are really starting to get in his head, right? And Sergie now all the momentum in a row, right? 3 rounds straight, very fast third game. Then he starts off the next game, infinite stage, like, I don't care if it's infinite. I'm still going to get you. You know, 4-4-3, you're going to duck anyway.
And you know what's the craziest part? It's not even like he's using 4-4-3 as a mix. A lot of the times, Abel's trying to play proactively. You know, he's trying to use side step 3+4. He's trying to do down forward 2 to put these like check moves to like, you can't get this slow 4-4-3 off in neutral like this, right? But Sergie just able to play the threat, you know, play the timing game to the point where that he could play around it.
You know, this key charge trap from Abel right here, he's like, I'm basically dead. I got to find some garbage to make this comeback. And Sergie's like, nah, I'm just going to play it super safe. Running, slide. What are you going to do about it?
And, you know, those types of key charge doesn't mean that he's trying to disrespect the opponent. You know, he's trying to use it as a viable strategy. Key charge, there is some strategy around it. Once you do key charge, you hit all 4 buttons. You get that power up. You get the sparks on your hands and feet. Everything you do is counter hit, but also you can't block either. So that's the game that they're willing to play. And,
you know, in that situation with Eddie, you know, because your opponent knows you can't block, a lot of times they'll just drop to relax when you come running in with the shoulder or something, and they're like, you're going to whiff. And
either way, it's like, I'm not getting launched. Yeah, I'm not getting launched anyway. I'm going in to relax if you overextend. So that's a really good point. And the other part is Eddie's has a low mid that goes into a launch. You know, like some characters have that, and that's really good with the key charge because Eddie's down back 2-3. That's a low mid natural launcher in that state. So really scary stuff there.
But regardless, you got Sergie tying things up. Eddie, it looked like Abel was going to run away with it when it started, right? It's like, oh, 3-0 Abel, total control. Sergie's in trouble. That's a bummer. But at least it was fun to watch the mission for a little bit, you know?
And then, like, you know, it's like where he started placing 4-4-3, where he started doing the hell sweeps, is like what changed everything. All right, here we go, though. Final game of the first set. Violet Systems, my personal favorite Tekken 7 stage.
I was gonna say before I started, I was like, I bet he starts off with electric, and he immediately messed up the electric, and then did the electric again anyway. I just felt like he was so confident. Oh my god, try a little wavoo there for the cross up. I like that.
Yeah, that down forward 3. That down forward 3, if they tech roll left, which is a very common thing that people do against Mishimas, right? Down forward 3, dash down forward 3 in that scenario could tech catch there. And if it catches your side, he gets some messed up stuff.
Damn, you can just see the confidence growing, right?
And man, and look at that. Sidestep 4 whiff, then I could apply 4-4-3 pressure.
And then, you know, after the 4-4-3 on block, it's like, all right, I bet you can want to try and stop it next time, so I'm immediately going to start an electric. You really want to try and stop these, you know?
That's the nice part about the Mishima axe kicks, right? It's just like 4-4-3, I think for Kazuya might be like 0 or maybe even close to 0, right? So it's really good. It's not like his turn's completely over.
And that right there, that Mirage, you know, we haven't seen a lot of that from Abel since the first game. And look at this, it's over. He's so, look at that, the wave with it. It's like, I'm back, baby. I'm back.
Dude, yeah, he's just speeding. Look at that, sidestep 3+4 whip, then apply the 50-50. I love the places where he's squeezing him in. It's not all about electrics, especially in this match. Catches him out of his crouch stash with the 4-4-4 here. Timing challenges, that's the beauty of fighting games, man. Oh, see? He tried to show the 1-2 game, and then Sergie was like, I could squeeze in a 1-2-4-3. He's not going to be prepared for the string. He's thinking about hitting buttons.
Oh my goodness, and now just the mixed neutral too. Rage mode, Abel. No, he didn't hit a button, right?
Big bet. You know, that was if it hit, you know,
if it hit and you get the reset with it, that's like impactful, right? So I don't mind him go for that, but it's risky business. You still go for it. You know, Abel can still win the tournament in this game.
Right. And Abel's no slouch. He's a beast, man. The wall coming into play in the wrong situation there. Unfortunate for Eddie.
Yeah, the mix here, you know, with just the hell sweep, the 4-4-3, and the electrics are so powerful for him. He's getting loose, man. He's getting real loose, and Abel's making him pay for it.
Wow, and the wall spacing on the back 3-3 for the wall combo made the relaxed 4 whip there, so that was kind of scary for Abel. He kind of got robbed on the ender.
Woo!
Wow, their whiff punishment on both ends are so good.
I like the spike that he just did there into the 4-4-3-2 for Oki.
Yeah, force the 50-50, right? What is he going to do, wake up sidestep?
Yeah. Wow, great block on the hell sweep.
Finally, that was the first block on the hell sweep, you know?
And look, Abel's about to win the tournament.
Dude, this, oh,
Dude! I want to get an instant replay of that mic after this is done.
dude.
It's not over?
Oh, blockable shoulder, though.
Yo,
Beats
rewind,
out the
rewind.
rage. That was, dude, let's take a look at, oh my god, Tekken is so sick. I just want to see the round over. Like, look at all this. Life about even, right? And then, like, that hell sweep right there.
Yep.
That hell sweep right there was because he earned it. He earned that timing after all the, you know, Abel was trying to play proactively, sidestep 4, sidestep 3+4 for the neutral game, as, you know, trying to counter Sergie from coming in with a button or anything, right? Sergie stays just outside of the range from the sidestep 4s and the 3+4s, and then he applies the mix, and then now he's reading that Abel's not going to play that game anymore, and then he's just like, I could go in now. I earned my timing.
The thing, though, right now, he does the hell sweep, right? And after that hell sweep Oki, it's very common because he used to do another one, right?
Right.
And that's the reason I feel like Abel blocked that one. But this right here, when he backdashes that and gets the launcher on it, and now the combo damage, he falls short by a pixel, right? Heroic comes into play. And Abel, that was a questionable rage drive call, right?
Right, yeah.
It's a little too risky. He's already too close for that. Like, I can understand doing that when you're posted a little bit farther away, like, you know, they're running in, you can catch him off guard, the rage drive suddenly. But in that situation, he was already there. It was definitely too late. So because of that entire exchange, you know, that one up forward 4 too close to the wall, and he gets electric punished for it, led to everything falling apart.
You know
Abel was that close to winning.
You know what's so sick that I'm kind of seeing now? He pushed him out with the electric. Did you see that? That was so sick to get the whip punish.
The next one, yeah.
Blocks one. He's just like blocks the
Back
second
away,
one,
boom.
pushed him out with an electric. He went for a third, then he got, dude. And right there, he could have got the kill with 4-4-2, but either way, he closed out the round. You know, 4-4-2 would have done a little bit more damage than the 4-3, but he went for consistency over damage there.
Yep.
You know, and it was really hard to tell with the life right there. 4-3, 4-4-2, either or might have been able to take it. So he went for safety and still got the round. So great first set, and just the little stuff, right? He pushed him out with the electric to create space for the whip. That is blowing my mind now. That is blowing my mind.
It's so good because, you know, with Eddie specifically, you're back to the wall. They want the up forward 4, right? It's going to beat all your low options, and it's going to give him a wall splat, and that's the tournament, right?
And
so
now it's true homing. So it's
I feel like Abel went for 3 of them in that situation right there, right?
Yeah.
I feel like that was 3 of them. Like, he was so desperate to try land any of them. He's like, I just need one of them. Just give me one of them. I win the tournament. And then Sergie's like, wait, back a little bit. Do it again. Do it again.
And that's the beauty of it, right? Sergie's so good at knowing what wavelength you're on in that moment. He was just like, there's no mix here. He just wants control. He just wants me at the wall. All right, fine. I'll block the next up 4-4 and I'll push him out with the electric. Then he's going to be still on that track and I'll whiff punish the next. That was so sick.
It was good. Exactly. And, like, you know, in those moments as a player, you have to be mentally prepared to hit that electric. You know, that's one of those things about being Mission that's difficult, right?
Yeah, that's the hard part in tournament.
Like, a lot of other characters, they can hit their 3+4-4, they can hit their down 4-2, their hop kick. As a Mission, you're like, no, I gotta execute, I gotta hit this. So Sergie getting the reset with it, clutch stuff, definitely. You know, the combo, as you mentioned, not quite enough to kill, but enough to get it done. So that's the reset. We move into the next one now. Sergie, you know, he was down 2-0 in that first set, right? So now the momentum's all on his side.
He brought it back with his wall to the back, dude, and he just
his wall to the back. I thought he was back to the wall.
Oh, good analysis, right?
Thanks.
From the wall.
Yeah. Okay. Hell sweep starting it up again. I've definitely said that like a week ago on ICFC. I feel like.
Yeah, everybody's done that.
Yep.
But wow. I gotta take a look at the data. I could have sworn that Relax 4 was -12, but he did that tsunami kick there like it was a true punish. Let me double check.
Yeah, and you know, Sergie right now, a big thing I'm noticing too, he's so patient when he has to be, right? Like he understands when he's at risk, and these electrics are so good.
That's the, you know, when you're able to, because he withheld, you know, he had to go through the whole sidestep forward 3+4 mini game, and now the electrics are back in play. This is how you get the Mishima play in, you know, get it out there.
And I love that he uses running 3 too. That's not something that a lot of Mishimas use. That was a clutch block on the hell sweep there. He hadn't gone for it a minute. You know, there'd been a lot of 4-4-3s and highs before that, so Abel's like, all right, I think this is the one, right? And, you know, people have talked about, can you react to a hell sweep? This is a good point. Mike, can you pause the video real quick? This is a good point to ask, you know, the people who are watching this video, like, what do you guys think? Is a hell sweep reactable? Can you see a hell sweep and block it?
Spicy topics.
That's
today,
a good one.
huh?
Yeah, post them in the comments below. Let us know what you guys think. Personally, right? I don't think you can see the hell sweep by itself. If a Mishima is just standing there and they just go boom, hell sweep, I don't think you're gonna block
dash,
it.
No nothing.
Right.
Yeah.
But if they're doing the wave dash, I feel like it's a lot more seeable because every time there's like a rhythm to them moving up and down.
Too, right?
Yeah, I like the thing is you see them coming down, so those are the times you block down. Once they're standing again, there's no hell sweep coming out, right? So it's a lot easier, I feel, to block it if you're looking at it in that way. So I've always said, like, when I try to go against a Mishima and I see them doing this, I do the same thing on my controller. Because if their body's going down, my body's going down. If theirs going up, I'm going up too. You know? That's how I do it, man. It's a good strategy, I think. Exactly.
You guys are both like leapfrog. Awesome.
Look,
yeah.
I don't know, man.
That's
what I do.
Man. That's a good question. That's a good question. If you guys, what do you guys think? Can you guys block hell sweeps on reaction? Or can you guys block hell sweeps on reaction when they're out of a waifu? Let's see those down in the comments below. But all right, back to the match.
Yeah, because Abel had that clutch blocked, and I was like, he didn't see that, right? Like that was a read. That was a guess.
Definitely a guess. Definitely a guess.
Nice.
And I think that's been the theme as this set goes on, is that Sergie is like a tactician with his timing, right? And right there, that was supposed to be a whip punish electric or a windy. So he really earns these mix-ups by, you know, getting through your neutral game. And right there, Abel now, because the sidestep keep out moves aren't working with the down forward 2s, he's forced to guess.
That was so dirty, right? Because he hit him with the forward forward 3, got the combo, and then he's like, are you really gonna duck for another one? Here's a hell sweep. You know, it's like, it's the perfect mix-up.
Putting him in spots where he's forced to guess again. Another forward forward 3 after the Oki. Scary. Taking the plus frames.
A lot of Abel's damage has come from low pokes, and now Sergie finally going for low parries, you know, is gonna really shut down Abel even more, in my opinion. It's gonna be so much harder because you can't come with mid or you're gonna get electric. That's what I was gonna say.
That was nasty. You know, in the earlier games in set 1, right? We saw a lot of 4-4-3 relax, and there, he actually intercepted it with the timing on his windy. Look at this.
Dude, that's so good. You can watch that back in slow motion, and that would be gorgeous.
Let's actually do that.
Can we do that?
Yeah,
that's complicated.
We have the technology. We do have the technology.
Oh my goodness. This is crazy. Like, actually crazy.
So sick. See? This is how you earn the mix-ups, man. You gotta play the timing game. And the way he intercepted this one was so sick.
This one
he did a long, like, I'm gonna wait to see. I'm gonna wait to see the startup and then hit the 2. That was so sick. Oh, we gotta see it one more time.
That's too good. That's ridiculous. Because, you know, as you mentioned, he does an extended wave dash. That's not just like a fast, here's my electric. It's like, is something coming? There it is. Now something's coming. That's very high level.
I think a lot of times, a lot of times, newer players get really caught up on being perfect execution, perfect this and that all the time. Why would you do a long windy when you could do a wave electric? It's like, dude, you do the long wave windy because it's a timing thing. And in that instance, he's just inputting the crouch dash and he's just waiting to see a button.
Waiting for the button.
Yep. Boom.
It's good. That's really, really impressive stuff there.
That is
Man.
so good. That is so good.
Yeah, and honestly, watching this now, I mean, I saw this live when it happened, but watching it now, I'm just thinking, dude, if you're Abel, how do you even make this comeback? Like, you had a tournament. You're up 2-0.
He had to end it the first set. He had to.
Right? But, like, he was up 2-0, and then there's a really quick third game from Sergie, and you can tell he was really much more aggressive on his offense, right? Like, going forward and then tie set afterwards. You get to the fifth game there where the reset happens. It was final round. You know, he had the life lead in the final round even. And he lost it. And now it's 4 games straight for Sergie going in here. That's so brutal. And he's not even going to infinite stages anymore, right? He has a choice to go infinite stage. He chooses not to. And that start of the round choice there, that's very questionable, right? Because that's like a call out on a high. He's like, I think you're going to come with the high or an electric or something. I just want to scoop right under you.
Right, yeah.
It's just so
and
wrong.
Sergie didn't bite. Yeah, everything he's going for. And I've never seen Abel like, you know, usually he seems so strong in home turf, right? But Sergie, man, with all the right answers, dude.
And that doesn't kill there, so another chance for Abel. But you can see Sergie
punish. Wow, that's a punish.
He's so confident in all of his decisions. Like, this low's guaranteed here. This mid's gonna hit here. This electric's gonna catch him. You know, he just knows everything that's gonna hit.
Dude, and you know, a lot of the times, I'm always taking notes of the round start gambit, right? And I gotta really point this one out again, right? Sure. Round 1. Look at what he did. He did long. He just backdash, made him whiff, right? Yep. We made him overextend from Abel's part, right? Sergie just backdash, got the float on the down 3-3 whiff punish. And then round number 2, tiny backdash, immediate electric.
That's pretty dirty. Because he's either way, he's looking for you to hit a button and then he's trying to kill you for it. You know?
Right? So it's just like, this is the high level strategy. You put up a wall of electrics at different timings to throw off your opponent from oh my god, from overextending. I love when things happen right when I say it.
When Mishima players get loose with their electrics, that's when they're most terrifying. Always.
Yeah.
Right? It's because they're so much more confident when they're gonna hit you. And this is destruction right now, to be honest. And you don't really see this against the Abel much. Look at these electrics, dude. Where can you rewind that one? Why did he electric there?
Dude, this time
same thing,
it was
right?
just
third round.
This time it was like immediate electric or just one backdash electric.
Yeah, one backdash electric. Damn.
You see the switch up even from the round starts, and they've all been right.
That was a pretty electric.
Oh my god. Oh,
okay.
The 4-4-3s are coming back into play, and they're working out. But it's just like, even though one strategy is working, it didn't do that much damage. He still has the lead.
Wow.
It still feels like Abel is fighting for his life out here. Wow.
Holy moly.
What the?
Wow.
And he was still ready for the whip punish in the back turn 3 scenario?
Yeah, and you know, some people were saying like, oh, maybe he's a 2P Mishima. You know, he doesn't have execution the other side.
Yeah, right. Yeah, right. I love how people just want to find a weakness in anything and they just want to downplay a player. But, bro, give the man the props. Dude, look at this scramble and he was still ready for the electric whiff punish.
I think it was before that, right?
So crazy. When was it?
You're right there. There. Boom! Like, was that electric right before that missed? Was that a down? Oh no, it wasn't. Okay.
Oh my god.
Pretty good.
Yeah, funky scenario there. He tried to get the float punish with the back 2-4. The relaxed 4 went the other way. He did down jab to turn around, and then he stayed out of range for the while setting fourth, and he electric that on the opposite side.
Yeah, Sergie looking pretty good here. And even in this, right, Abel has a chance to make his comeback rage drive for the mid. You know, like, what are you gonna do? You can try sidestep Eddie? No, you're not. You know, like,
yeah, and even when Abel thinks like he finds an answer for like that works for like 2 or 3 turns, it's just like, what do you do after that? You know, it's just like you need more. You need more. It's just like that only did like 30% of his life bar, and he still had the lead. You know, it's like it's so hard though. It's so hard when Sergie is so good at setting the pace with his electrics like that.
Yeah, and like I mentioned, you know, the first 2 games of the entire set, go back and watch them later if you guys missed it, but, you know, those electrics weren't there. Like, his movement even was barely there. it really took him the set to really build the confidence and everything. Until he was behind 2-0 instead is when he said like, okay, I need to turn things around. I need to step on the gas. I need to use my movement to my advantage here. And now it's his tournament point. You know, he's up 2 games here in the reset.
And you know what's the craziest part to me? In that round, he just was like, you know, I'm going in with hell sweeps. And then the craziest part is he's been landing a ton of hell sweeps. A ton of hell sweeps. He, you know, Abel only blocked 3 of them. Baits the get up 4, gets the punish on it, gets the wall splat. Went for the cheeky tech trap there.
I mean, he tried that you know, that Weibo down 4-3 to cross up on the ground, but it's really not working. Didn't even matter though, right? Like
he was just going for style points. He's going for style points. Yeah.
He feels very confident that he's gonna win here. You can just tell from the way he's playing. And I love that too. The Weibo right there into the wall standing 4. Oh, I missed the electric. Yeah, look to the wall standing 4. That's all I need.
Just to get the punish on the relax 4, dude. Like even
something
the
better
smallest things, even the smallest things, right? Again, he recognizes the spacing, doesn't put out a back 2 there. Uh-oh.
Yeah, my video stopped for a second.
I think that was actually the feed.
Oh, I got you. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Damn.
Wow. The full crouch down forward 4. Not a very... I love that side roll and relax just to keep the wall axis straight.
Stay there, please.
Taking the guaranteed 4-4-4. That is a new change for Eddie. That is really...
That low parry was so late.
He didn't even let him get a little low. He's like, no. Even defensively, Sergie is like on point too. Even defensively.
Damn, the electric keep out right now. Finally, like Abel's not getting clipped by him, right? We haven't seen many whiffed electrics, to be honest. Most of them have hit.
So scary. Nice.
There you go.
You know, he's still awake, man. He's still got the down 4 3+4 whiff punishment. But then Sergie's not giving him a ton of whiffs, you know, really. And look at that. Every time he blocks a side step 3+4, it's mixed time. Sergie knows this, but great call out there from Abel. Finally getting a game on the board in the reset. And it's been looking so hard for him, man. Even though he got this one game, it was looking so hard.
It's so interesting too, right? Because he actually picked the arena stage there, which is a relatively small stage. A lot of times in the past, he had tried infinite stage, or he tried stage that transition infinite, and none of it was working. So he's like, all right, let me pick a small stage and just use like my wall game. Because, you know, usually if you're going up against Kazuya, you're kind of scared of that because that hell sweep re-wall splat situation, you don't want to deal with it, right?
Right. Especially on a stage like arena where the walls are like,
completely angled repeatedly, you know, in a very small area. And then Sergie's immediately like, Mishima Dojo, let's go back to it, you know? Which is rough if you're Abel. But another thing, when you go infinite stage against a player like Sergie, your backdashes are almost useless because he can Weibo to keep up. You know, it's like a lot of the players
are way faster than backdashing.
Yeah.
Forward movement is still way faster than back. Wow.
Damn.
That was so, you know, and then I got to point this out too. This type of,
for sure,
this type of spacing right here, where as the defender, you're like, it looks like I'm about to block this attack, right? And then he recognized there was no blocks done.
Right.
Go. Right? And then in this instance where it's just like ambiguous on the range of your attacker, it's just like, dude, he saw it though. This is reaction with punishment. This was so clean.
Yeah, watch the chase here. Backdash. Boom. That is beautiful. That is absolutely beautiful. That's why Abel's so good, man. One of the top players in the world.
Yeah, that type of whip punishment is so good. Dang, even that option, the full crouch spring kick forward, got tagged by an electric, finally gets a side step 3+4.
A little side step to realign the combo too. That was nice. Important throw break there. I mean, Sergie, he's got all the tools, right, defensively. Oh boy.
My God.
He's dead.
Oh my God. And you know, right there too, that was a really good bet. Because a lot of Eddie's lows, such as, other than like down 3-4, or side step 4, he's at disadvantage after a lot of his lows, right? And Sergie read here, as if he did low into low, he's getting counter hit. If he did low into mid, he's getting counter hit. He took the bet, and he that was such a good calculated bet there. And it's only like a -12 risk, so that's not the end of the world for a Kazuya player. Yeah.
Boom.
Oh my god. So smart. So smart.
I just like you in the commentary. They're countering! Oh, man. Oh, that was a good counter, too. Yeah, you know,
Whoa.
Eddie, it seems like the character has a hard time dealing with Mishimas. Because
Yeah.
you got to constantly be betting with, like, Relax or something.
Yep.
Or you got to be
Fourth
making
hell
these
sweep.
reads.
Yeah, you gotta just guess in those like wake up scenarios when you're getting off the floor. You have to guess. As every character in the game, if they time it right, if they do it meaty, but especially Eddie in the neutral, he can't even step that.
Yeah, you know, that's a great point, too. Oh, my goodness. The wave is going to rage out something he hasn't used much. He's got the devil form. All right, pause it right here real quick, Mike. Because Sergie's up 2 rounds. It's you know, it's a situation, right? The game's about to wrap up, maybe. But we were just talking about Eddie, you know, having to deal with these Mishimas. Abel is also known for his Eliza, right?
Yeah.
And
great
Eliza,
point.
you know, can actually sidestep left more so than Eddie can. So, you know, you guys watch the video right now in the comments below. What do you guys think? Should Abel have tried out the Eliza here instead of the Eddie? I'm kind of shocked that, you know, after losing the first set, maybe he was like, all right, you got to back at me. I had the big lead, whatever. Right? But then at this point, you know, Sergie's up 2-1. Like, you still don't consider the Eliza? I don't know. Personally, I feel like I would have had to try it.
Yeah, another thing too, I think this is like different styles from regions, right? Because a lot of times I think if I watch an NA tournament in this scenario, the person in the winner set is willing to try out their secondary first in the first set, right? But Abel was just like, I'm going, but then Abel, they're both such strong characters for him. I don't even know which one's the secondary at this point, but he's just like, the fact that he didn't even try it in the first set just for data, you know, he was, you know, I guess it's because he had the momentum in the first set.
He was up 2-0, right? He felt like he could get it done.
It.
But see, that's the thing, right? Because it was actually 2-0, and he committed to Eddie after that, right? In this reset. So Abel had lost 5 games straight.
Yeah.
Right? And he didn't consider switching from the Eddie there. So, you know, sound out in the comments below. Let us know what you guys think. Would you have liked to see the Eliza? Do you think that would have been a better choice? You know, obviously we know the result of this, which we will hear if you guys are watching for the first time. But I think he should have probably tried out the Eliza.
At some point,
all right? You can play it out. Yeah.
At some point. All right, here we go.
All right, tournament point for Sergie here. And I love that he's using Rage Wrap, right? It's something he hadn't really used in the set.
Right.
He kind of saved it for this point.
He doesn't let him get anything, dude.
Yeah.
Well, not like, and a lot of times, a lot of characters want to go for these high crush lows because you want to stay away from electric, but right there.
Oh my goodness, he's feeling so good.
We definitely
it's over, right?
Replaying this. Yeah. We're definitely replaying this.
Look at the block though. Abel, he's not giving up. He's like, nah, man.
He's really not giving up. This is like the heart of a champion right here, you know? He's really fighting it out, getting all the blocks on the lows, but just wasn't a low parry or anything else, and he was just so far behind. But look at this. Let's take another look at this.
Yeah, starts off with a low parry there, right? Like, as I mentioned, Abel has hard time getting in other than the low poke. So finally, Sergie's like, all right, all you're doing is lows to me. I'm just going to low parry him.
And right there, so many of the hell sweeps are landing that the mid wall splat up forward 3 finally landed, and he got the tech catch because it's a panic scenario. Like, he just had 2 big opening guesses that worked out for him. And now Abel turning up the defense, but man, right there, he went for that angle right there for Eddie. That down back 3-4, if it hits when you're slightly to the right, it will wall splat. So that's what Abel went for there. But right here, Sergie just recognized the range isn't fantastic because of that. Right there. One little backdash down back. He would have blocked it either way, right?
Yep.
So he was already scouting it either way. But the backdash made it whiff. And then got the while standing 4 before the second hit. Just so well played by Sergie there.
Yeah, that was absolutely ridiculous. I mean, coming to set, like, I've obviously had known who Abel was. I'd seen him. I'd met him before. Sergie, I don't remember if I met him actually, but I heard about him because I heard about him beating Kudons and everything. But then I never got to watch him play like live. So this is my first experience watching him live. And it starts off with Abel just beating him up, and I'm like, oh, all right, well, a bell's a bell. I've heard about him. He
Business
travels around
as
the
usual,
world,
right?
right? But then you see Sergie like really start getting loose, like believing in his movement, his execution. And anytime I see a Mishima player like believe in that electric, I love it. I love it.
Right,
And obviously, you know, everything started coming together from 5 games straight against the Bell there, gets the reset. A Bell there at the end gets 1 game by picking arena stage of all places, right? Like every other stage was not working out for him.
Right.
Chose not to go with the Eliza, right? Just wanted to maybe get the win with Eddie. Maybe had, you know, a little bit of expectation from the first 2 games winning.
These guys are also from the same region, Peru Grand Finals. So, you know, I'm pretty sure they definitely played each other, being from the same country as well, and being from the same scene. So they probably had a lot of data against each other also. So maybe it's just like, I think I have the best chances against him with my Eddie. But maybe, yeah, I think maybe he could have got a game or 2 with the Eliza just because of the momentum that he had, and like the fact that he can't even sidestep 4-4-3 consistently. That's rough, dude. Like Hell Sweep, kind of hard to step left all the time, but 4-4-3 should be the easy one to step, you know?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like the first set, it's understandable he didn't try out Eliza because he had the 2-game lead.
Yeah.
But by the end of it, when you lose 5 games straight, it's tournament point for the other player here. It looks like they've got a handle on your Eddie. 5 games straight, you know, and they only got to win 6. That's a point where you really have to consider switching characters. But I mean, it could be a case which we don't know about where maybe he's tried the Eliza on him a billion times and it never works. So he's like, I ain't tried that.
Yeah, it could have been way worse. Yeah, it could have been. Yeah, that's very true. That's very true. But you know, that makes me super excited to see Sergie in the finals at the end of the year, because
the showcase, the Evo showcase, November.
We never got to see Sergie go up against these other players. So we have Shadow and Avery Run It Black from NA. We have Super Akuma from EU along with Joka as well. And then we have Gen and Book. And also Energy Marduk from Latin Central. So those are your top 8 right there. Those are the guys going to be duking it out. I can't wait, and it's going to be offline, and man, I am so excited to see the matchups between these guys.
Exactly, and specifically for Sergie, right? I think this is such a cool showcase for Sergie specifically, because I feel like a lot of players haven't really been exposed to Sergie and his Kazuya, so this is a great opportunity. I can't wait to see how it all goes down, right? But hopefully you guys enjoyed this analysis video on this Sergie Mazter versus AbelDelMaestro Grand Finals. It's been a lot of fun to do this with you guys, but if you guys did like the video, make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe to the channel. That does it for us here. I'm Rip. That's Mike. We'll catch you guys next time. Peace.